Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. English. Today, let's get cracking. Yesterday, you started your work on spies and you thought about your spy name. Had some good spy names in the comments. I like those. And hopefully you started to read the description of a must-have super spy gadget. Today we're going to be exploring that a little bit further. I'm having a little look at some of the vocabulary in there. So let me just share my screen with you guys. Okay, so this is our model text, a really good example of an advert for a mobile phone in this case. So let's have a little read through together. So the multi-function mobile phone. So I know that function is a job or a purpose, and I've heard of the word multi. So this has got to have something that's got lots of different functions, lots of different jobs that it can do. So are you a spy interested in this in the latest state-of-the-art gadgets? Love that. Rhetorical question, getting me thinking, asking myself, oh, actually, yeah, I think I could do one of these state-of-the-art gadgets. You might have heard that phrase. You might have heard the phrase state-of-the-art, or perhaps that might be new to you. But in the context of that sentence, are you interested in the latest state-of-the-art gadget? That's going to be something that is new. It's going to be high level, it's going to be cutting edge, it's going to fit in with the rest of that sentence. So I'm using synonyms really, aren't I? I'm thinking that it's next to the word latest, so it's going to be modern, it's going to be something that's new on the market, which of course is and that's grabbed my attention. If so, you will need the new multi-function mobile phone. Don't be the spy left stranded on your next mission, unable to contact those back home. So don't be the one left on whichever island or far-flung location that you may have been sent while everybody else is able to communicate at home. So it's encouraging you to want to be in the club, be in this elite group of super spies that have got this phone. Okay, the multi-function mobile phone is the ideal phone for all spies as it boasts a host of amazing features. So introducing the idea that it's got a range, a host, a variety of different functions that are going to be really useful to me as a spy. So firstly, it has worldwide access so that you can always be in contact with HQ, with headquarters. Additionally, it has a cloaking mode, allowing you to make untraceable calls. Let's have a look at that word cloaking. Now, I know that if you wear a cloak, you're disguised, aren't you? So this function must somehow be able to disguise and to hide the call. And there you've got the word there, untraceable. You know that the prefix there, un, is not. So if we pick that out there, if I can, doesn't want to play ball. There we go. So words that have got that prefix at the start of them, so it means that you can't trace it. It's not traceable, and then that fits with it there, doesn't it? Cloaking being something that's disguised. So as I'm reading, I'm drawing together all of the knowledge that I've got, not only of the vocabulary in that sentence, but I'm bringing my knowledge that I've got of the world and of my experiences to think about, okay, when have I heard of cloaks, to help me to unpick that piece of vocabulary, the cloaking, and using my knowledge of prefixes there to help me with that one. So bring your knowledge, word level, at sentence level and wider. Bring all of the knowledge that you've got to help you with some of the more challenging vocabulary in there. Okay, this ideal mobile phone has the added bonus of a hidden tranquilizer dart that can be fired through the aerial. Oh wow, how cool is that? It's guaranteed to leave your enemies stunned, though with no serious after effects. I've heard the word guaranteed. I know that I've heard perhaps grown-ups talking about it. But I'm not quite sure about the meaning. So I'm just going to have a look at that in the context of that sentence. So it is guaranteed to leave your enemies stunned, though with no serious after effects. What other word could I substitute? Could I put in that sentence that would take the place of that word guaranteed? It won't. It will fail. It will fail to leave your enemy stunned. Well, that's going to be no good, is it? That's going to be useless as a cutting edge model. So it can't be that. So it's got to be the opposite, hasn't it? It's got to be the idea that this is it's a promise. It's definitely going to leave your enemy stunned. But again, guys, I've used the whole of that sentence there to help me to understand that piece of vocabulary. So don't ever be put off by a word that you don't know. In that case, I used that sentence to help me, and I thought about what I could put in. Use those strategies, they're really valuable ones. Okay, a further feature is that the phone is made from titanium steel. It is unbreakable. Got that un again there, so you've got that prefix, so not breakable, working both underwater and in outer space. Perhaps the most essential reason, so a nice opener to that paragraph there, so it's already given me lots of reasons why I'd really want to have this multifunction phone, but they're going to give me something else. They're adding to this, so that's a really useful opener that I might decide that I might want to jot down and have that written down that I can refer to when I'm writing my report later on. So perhaps the most essential reason for purchasing this must-have phone is that it can only be used by the owner. Access to the phone is restricted using a fingerprint recognition scanner, or FRS for short. Spies love when words are shortened, like the HQ. Your secret missions and evidence will be safe using this phone, as it is simply impossible to hack into. Don't just take our word for it, else they've got quotes. So they've got a quote from a very well-renowned spy, which some of you may or may not have heard of. Listen to what James Bond, who is known by his code number 007, has to say about this must-have phone. I thought I had every gadget I required until Q invented the magnificent multi-function mobile phone. Now I wouldn't possibly attempt a mission without it. So how could you not want this mobile phone? Praised and endorsed by none other than James Bond himself. So you simply got to buy it. If that weren't enough, the multi-function mobile phone comes complete with a wireless charger and a free leather case. Oh, everybody loves a freebie. Make sure you don't miss out. Buy it today from any good spy shop. So finally, really ending with a powerful statement telling me to go and buy it, that direct instruction, go out and buy it. So that is a good example, and it leaves me in my spy mode thinking, yeah, I don't think I could possibly exist without this. It's definitely persuaded me. Now, your task today is to look at some of the vocabulary, which you may have started to do yesterday, which is brilliant. So there are some vocabs down, or some vocabulary down the side. You've got state of art, you've got stranded, boasts, HQ, cloaking, untraceable, tranquilizer, guaranteed, essential and required. A lot of those we've just talked about, haven't we, which is helpful for you lot. You then need to think about a definition. Now, I would like you to try and do these without using a dictionary. You can, of course, if you can't work them out, but I want you to use those strategies that we've talked about. Look for that word within the rest of that sentence, within the rest of that paragraph. Bring your knowledge of spies and your knowledge of the world, about, you know, all those experiences that you've got. Bring those to every text that you read, because you'll be able to use that knowledge to work out these tricky words. Then I would like you to find a synonym, okay, a word that means the same or has a similar meaning. So it's getting you to think about, okay, well, this model text has used state of the art and has used stranded, boasts. What could I use instead? You might want to use a thesaurus for that, or you might want to go and have a read of some adverts. Go and have a look at some adverts. They don't have to be for mobile phones, although it might help you, because it's that sort of gadget I would stick with, and go and see if you can find some words that have similar meanings that we're going to be able to persuade somebody. Okay, so that is your task for today. Have another little read through, look at that vocabulary, work out what it means, come up with a definition. I'd like to write that in a full sentence, please, guys. It needs to be punctuated correctly. And then you are going to use the thesaurus to see if you can come up with some alternative words and maybe grab an ad, like I said. All right, so that's what you're up to today. So good luck, work hard, and I will be checking in throughout the day to see how you're getting on. Okay, all right, guys, good luck.